WNEP-TV 16, the news station.
This is the news station, WNEP 16. This is the news station, WNEP 16.
Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16 Update.
Good evening. The rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air turned night into day in New York Harbor.
Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Hart, pilot Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, chief meteorologist Tom Clark, and Joe Zone on sports. This is Newswatch 16.
The following is a rebroadcast of Newswatch 16 Update, recorded earlier for playback at this time.
WNEP-TV 16, the news station. Proud to serve all of northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is Newswatch 16 Weekend Update.
Good evening, I'm Susan Hausman. Keeping the faith, that's the objective for everyone involved in the Jim Thorpe Area School District strike.
Is college worth the cost? And what happens if you don't go? A week of reports starting Monday, opening the world to all our viewers. Newswatch 16 is closed captioned for the hearing impaired.
WNEP TV 16, the news station. Proud to serve all of northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is Newswatch 16 Weekend Update.
Good evening, I'm Susan Hausman. President Bush is still experiencing an irregular heartbeat. Again,
WNEP TV 16, the news station. Proud to serve all of northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is Newswatch 16.
Good evening. I'm Nolan Johannes.
and I'm Marisa Burke.
We know more tonight about the murder of a mother and her infant son.
There's a plan to bring more business into the north end of Scranton. I'm April LaMonica, and I'll have that story coming up.
Plus, see how a building can be used even after it's torn down. Next on Newswatch 16 at 11.
You're watching WNEP TV 16. We're proud to serve all of northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Now, live from the news station, this is Newswatch 16. WNEP proudly presents the Newswatch 16 team, the #1 source of news and information in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is Newswatch 16 at 11.
The deaths of this mother and her infant son are now definitely being called murders.
The case is our top story tonight on Newswatch 16 at 11. Good evening. I'm Nolan Johannes.
And I'm Marisa Burke.
WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, live from the news station, this is Newswatch 16. WNEP TV proudly presents the Newswatch 16 team, the #1 source of news and information in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is Newswatch 16 at 11.
You've shown the world the heart of America, a heart of compassion and a heart of courage.
1 month after the crash of TWA Flight 800, a community gathers to remember 21 of their own. That's our top story tonight on Newswatch 16 at 11. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jeff Farrell.
A house destroyed by fire will show you what happened here.
Memorial Day weekend is underway. For some, it's the start of camping season. And making sure the true spirit of Memorial Day is not forgotten, veterans have their say. It's all next on Newswatch 16 Saturday morning.
From WNEP-TV, the news station. This is Newswatch 16 Saturday morning.
6 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Andy Palumbo. We'll get to all of this morning's news in just a moment. Right now, it's a check on the forecast. Down to the backyard, meteorologist Noreen Clark. Hi, Noreen.
Hi, Andy. Good
You're watching Newswatch 16 Saturday morning on WNEP-TV, the news station, with Andy Palumbo, meteorologist Noreen Clark, and Jim Coles with sports.
Greg Nettles, the New York Yankees. The Yankees are happy to be in Scranton-Wilkes-Barre.
A trucker hurt, traffic slowed after a tractor-trailer flips. We'll show you what happened. Frightening moments for a worker at a drugstore. A thief holds a knife to her throat. And more than 24 people out of their homes after a roof collapse. It's all next on Newswatch 16 Saturday morning.
From WNEP-TV, the news station. This is Newswatch 16 Saturday morning.
It's 7 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Andy Palumbo. We'll get to those stories and the rest of this morning's news in just a moment. Right now, it's another check on the forecast. Meteorologist Noreen Clark out in the very sunny backyard. Good morning, Noreen.
Oh, it is a good morning, Andy. Starting out a little bit cool. Many locations in the 30s and into the 40s, but it's going to warm up nicely under the sunshine.
WNEP-TV, the news station. This is Newswatch 16 at noon.
In wheelchairs, on stretchers, and on foot. More than 100 residents chased from this nursing home.
The effort by crews, volunteers, and workers to get everyone out after smoke filled the basement. It is the top story on Newswatch 16 at noon. Good afternoon. I'm Tom Williams.
And I'm Mindy Ramsey. The word went out just after 6 o'clock this morning in Columbia County. More than 100 elderly patients in the Bloomsburg Health Care Center had to go.
From WNEP-TV, the news station. This is Newswatch 16 at 5. From WNEP-TV, the news station. This is Newswatch 16.
Getting ready for what could be the first big widespread snowfall of the season.
How the area is bracing for the snowstorm, how much we are supposed to get, and when will it start snowing? Our top story on Newswatch 16 at 6. Good evening, everyone. I'm Marisa Burke.
And I'm Scott Schaefer. The snowstorm predicted for tomorrow could be the first significant snowfall for much of our area.
The thing is, the storm is hitting as we begin the last big weekend of holiday shopping. So, what do you think people are doing tonight? Skycam 16 giving you live pictures tonight of Dixon City in the area of the Viewmont Mall.
From WNEP, the news station. This is Newswatch 16 at 5.
Hello and good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Norm Jones.
And I'm Paula Giangiacomo.
You're watching Newswatch 16 at 4 on WNEP, the news station, with Norm Jones and Storm Tracker 16 Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark with the backyard forecast. You're watching Newswatch 16 at 5 on WNEP, the news station, with Paula Giangiacomo, Norm Jones, and Storm Tracker 16 Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark with the backyard forecast. You're watching Newswatch 16 at 6 on WNEP, the news station, with Marisa Burke, Scott Schaefer, Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark, and Jim Coles with sports. You're watching Newswatch 16 at 11 on WNEP, the news station, with John Meyer, Storm Tracker 16 meteorologist Ryan Coyle, and Charlotte McBride with sports. From WNEP, the news station. This is Newswatch 16 Saturday morning.
Good morning. It's 5 a.m. I'm Andy Palumbo. We'll get to those stories and all of this morning's news in just a moment.
You're watching Newswatch 16 at 7 on WNEP, the news station, with Scott Schaefer, Julie Sedoni, and Storm Tracker 16 Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark with the backyard forecast. From WNEP, the news station. This is Newswatch 16 at 10.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on WNEP-2 tonight. I'm John Meyer in for Scott Schaefer.
From WNEP, the news station. This is Newswatch 16 at 4.
Hello and good afternoon. I'm Paula Giacomo. Welcome to Newswatch 16 at 4. We begin this afternoon with an explosion that rocked an entire row of homes in Allentown.
Keeping an eye on the river, still above flood stage, but at least it's on the way down. In town to take a first-hand look at the damage, the National Weather Service tries to determine if all of this was caused by a tornado. And President Obama takes a look at what happened, a tour of southern states where more than 300 people died in storms this week. It's all next on Newswatch 16 Saturday morning.
From WNEP, the news station. This is Newswatch 16 Saturday morning.
Top of another hour. Good morning. I'm Andy Palumbo. Top stories and all of this morning's news coming up in just a moment. Right now, it's an update on the forecast. Meteorologist Noreen Clark out of the backyard. Good morning, Noreen.
It is a good morning, Andy. Top of the morning, everyone.
Breaking news out of Scranton. Mercy Hospital has been sold.
From WNEP, the news station. This is Newswatch 16 this morning.
Welcome.
Now from the news station, Newswatch 16.
Good morning, I'm Tom Williams.
And I'm Reagan Medjie.
And now, Newswatch 16 Sports.
The Kings men and
And now, Newswatch 16 Sports.
The Wilkes-Barre Stranded Penguins are
Newswatch 16 in high definition. From WNEP, the news station. This is Newswatch 16 this morning. Newswatch 16 in high definition is brought to you by your Quality Plus Ford stores. No one offers more vehicles with 40 miles per gallon than Ford. Drive one. From WNEP, the news station. This is Newswatch 16 at 11.
Police want to find the owner of a dog that attacked a young child in this neighborhood. It's our top story on Newswatch 16 at 11. Good evening, everyone. I'm Trish Hartman. Police in Luzerne County.
And also ahead on this Friday, details on a nationwide event that has stylists teaming up to help victims of domestic violence. We'll tell you where you can find all the events happening in our area next on
Newswatch 16.
Newswatch 16 in high definition. From WNEP, the news station. This is Newswatch 16 this morning. Newswatch 16 in high definition is sponsored by your local Quality Plus Ford stores. Ford offers the freshest lineup of fuel-efficient cars, trucks, SUVs, crossovers, hybrids, and electric vehicles. Go further. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 6.
A man is dead after an early morning stabbing. What happened during the deadly attack and what neighbors say about the loss of a man known for helping others. That's our top story on Newswatch 16 at 6. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jim Hamill.
Newswatch 16 in high definition is sponsored by your local Quality Plus Ford stores. The fun-to-drive Ford Focus is available in 7 fuel-efficient models, including the new 2014 Focus Electric. Go further. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 7.
Good evening, I'm Scott Schaefer.
And I'm Sophia Ojeda. It is the first day of rifle deer season in Pennsylvania. Hundreds of thousands of hunters invaded the woods across the state.
Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 10.
Good evening, I'm Sarah Banowski. Scott Schaefer is off. We begin tonight in Luzerne County where 3 people are dead and Interstate 81 was closed for hours on this busy travel day after a wreck this morning near Hazleton.
Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm John Meyer in for Scott and Charlotte. We begin in Carbon County, where township leaders in one community decided tonight to terminate a contract with a troubled fire company, a decision that drew a lot of controversy in Kidder Township.
Newswatch 16 is sponsored by your local Ford stores.
Come in today and you'll see why Ford is America's best-selling brand. Go further. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 11.
Good evening, I'm Charlotte McBride.
And I'm John Meyer in for Scott Schaefer. We begin tonight in Scranton. Police say a man admits using cocaine, heroin, and marijuana before causing a deadly hit and run.
Newswatch 16 is sponsored by your local Ford stores. Check out every new Ford car, truck, SUV, and crossover at buyfordnow.com. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 11.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jim Hamill. We begin in Scranton, where flames and smoke damaged a home this evening.
Newswatch 16 at 7 is next. Newswatch 16 is sponsored by your local Ford stores, home of America's favorite brand. Visit buyfordnow.com, where you can check out the entire Ford lineup. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 7.
A teen is facing homicide charges after authorities say he killed his mother and brother. What led up to this deadly shooting? And 10 years ago, a tornado tore through part of our area. We dig into the video vault for a look back on that day. And as the weather gets colder, people are looking for ways to stay warm. Tonight, we test out the handy heater. But does it really work? It's all coming up on Newswatch 16 at 7. Good evening, I'm Charlotte McBride. Scott has the night off. We begin tonight with that troubling tale of a 14-year-old boy being charged with not one, but 2 counts of criminal homicide.
Newswatch 16 is sponsored by your local Ford stores, home of America's favorite brand. Visit buyfordnow.com, where you can check out the entire Ford lineup. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 5.
New details in the investigation of a missing businessman revealing why his disappearance is considered suspicious.
While as many as 100 people spend the day searching for Robert Barron. It's our top story on Newswatch 16 at 5. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm John Meyer.
And I'm Julie Sidoni. 5 days have gone by, still no sign of Robert Barron in Lackawanna County.
16 is sponsored by your local Ford stores, home of America's favorite brand. Visit buyfordnow.com, where you can check out the entire Ford lineup. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 5.
As troopers scour the woods for a missing businessman.
We learn more about the evidence they've found so far. It's our top story on Newswatch 16 at 5. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm John Meyer.
And I'm Julie Sidoni. It has now been 1 week since a pizza shop owner from Old Forge vanished.
Proud to serve Northeastern and Central Pennsylvania. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 4.
The blizzard of 2017 in full force for most of the day, covering northeastern central Pennsylvania with white. More than 20 inches of snow has fallen in some spots. Interstates have been like no man's land for most of the day, and the back roads, forget it. The going is really rough, and the storm is not over yet. The mess caused by the blizzard of 17 is our top story today on Newswatch 16 at 4. Good afternoon. I'm Julie Sidoni. We have team coverage on that storm. We're going to begin with the latest. Chief Meteorologist Kurt Aaron joining us from the backyard where he was practically buried a little while ago. Kurt, we're wondering how you're doing out there now.
Yeah, well, you know, yesterday, Julie, you came to me in the backyard. We had sunshine. It was beautiful. And you're saying, how could it possibly be a storm? It wasn't only a storm. It was the single biggest snowfall event we've ever recorded in one day.
Sponsored by your local Ford stores. Check out every new Ford car, truck, SUV, and crossover at buyfordnow.com. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 11.
Since 2007, this has been the biggest storm we've had around here. So, I mean, it's just incredible. There's nowhere to put the snow anymore. Just running out of places to put snow.
The record-breaking blizzard of 2017 has already dumped astonishing amounts of snow on some parts of our area, and it's not over yet.
We are live in some of the hardest hit regions with team coverage of the historic storm here on Newswatch 16 at 11. Good evening, I'm Scott Schaefer.
And I'm Charlotte McBride. We begin tonight with the cleanup that continues after today's historic blizzard slammed our area.
Proud to serve Northeastern and Central Pennsylvania. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 4.
Good afternoon. I'm Julie Sidoni. Welcome to Newswatch 16 at 4. We're going to begin today with the weather, of course, the whipping winds, the blowing snow after yesterday's big blizzard. Our chief meteorologist, Kurt Aaron's in the backyard with a first look at our forecast, and it seems like this just doesn't end. I know it's not part of the same storm, but I mean, it's blowing all over the place today.
Well, it is similar to the same storm. That storm pulling away is creating a pressure gradient, and it's allowing for winds to pick up here in northeastern and central Pennsylvania.
I'm John Meyer in Clifford, Susquehanna County. Newswatch 16 is proud to serve this and all of the beautiful northern tier. Thanks for watching WNEP.
Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 4.
Good afternoon. I'm Julie Sidoni. Welcome to Newswatch 16 at 4. We're going to begin in Dauphin County today, where the jury is still deliberating in the trial of former Penn State University President Graham Spanier.
Newswatch 16 is sponsored by your local Ford stores, home of America's favorite brand. Visit buyfordnow.com, where you can check out the entire Ford lineup. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 7.
Finally, sunny and warmer conditions for northeastern and central Pennsylvania. But was the month of May as cool and dreary as you thought? We're live with an answer that might surprise you.
With the National Spelling Bee underway in Maryland, Newswatch 16 opened the video vault to the last champion speller from our area. See how she was welcomed home after becoming tops in the nation.
Plus, as we turn the calendar page to June, Joe Snedeker looks ahead to the new season, and we're not talking summer. Wham Cam and more all coming up on Newswatch 16 at 7. Good evening. I'm Charlotte McBride.
And I'm Scott Schaefer. Sunshine for many today, thunderstorms for a few.
Newswatch 16 is sponsored by your local Ford stores. Ford is America's favorite brand. And now you can build your new Ford vehicle at buyfordnow.com. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 6.
Good evening. I'm Scott Schaefer. Charlotte McBride is off.
Newswatch 16 is sponsored by your local Ford stores. Check out every new Ford car, truck, SUV, and crossover at buyfordnow.com. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 11.
Graffiti is a big problem for residents and business owners all over this community, and they think they know who is doing it. We are live with the latest. Plus,
I think there's going to be a lot of uproar about it, and from what I've heard, there already is. That, people want this event, they've enjoyed this event before, and they're sad to see it go.
Another community cancels 4th of July fireworks. See why. Our top stories tonight on Newswatch 16 at 11. Good evening. I'm Scott Schaefer.
And I'm Charlotte McBride. We begin tonight in Schuylkill County, where residents in one community say they are fed up with vandalism that has been going on for months.
The police chief in Shenandoah says property damage, including vulgar graffiti, for sure.
Our area is filled with so many great people and great cities, including here in Pottsville, Schuylkill County. It's just one of the many places Newswatch 16 is proud to serve.
Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is Newswatch 16 at noon.
State lawmakers expected to beat the state budget deadline today, but they still don't know how they're going to pay for it. And that's our top story today on Newswatch 16 at noon. Good afternoon. I'm Julie Sidoni. A state spending plan is expected on Governor Wolf's desk today, but lawmakers have yet to figure out how it will be funded.
I'm Andy Palumbo, Newswatch 16. Oliphant, thank you for watching. We are proud to serve Lackawanna County and all of northeastern and central Pennsylvania.
Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is Newswatch 16 at 4.
Good afternoon and welcome to Newswatch 16 at 4. I'm Julie Sidoni. As we go about our Friday here, we better keep an eye to the sky. There are severe thunderstorms on the way, and we do have Chief Meteorologist Kurt Aaron who I believe is going to be in the backyard here live with the umbrella up. So I see that something's popping up on the radar here, Kurt.
Yeah, the showers are beginning to move through. And of course, if we hear any lightning or thunder rather, we will certainly move indoors. Thunder roars, you go indoors.
Newswatch 16 is sponsored by your local Ford stores. Ford is America's best-selling brand. And now you can build your new Ford vehicle at buyfordnow.com. From WNEP, the news station. This is Newswatch 16 at 5.
A mystery at a summer camp in the Poconos after one boy dies and 3 other campers get sick.
The latest on the investigation is our top story on Newswatch 16 at 5. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm John Meyer.
And I'm Julie Sidoni. We're still waiting to find out what caused the death of a boy staying at a summer camp in the Poconos. A transgender inmate at the Lackawanna County Jail wins a court battle.
What that means for her, the jail, and taxpayers. Our top story on Newswatch 16 at 5:30.
Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is Newswatch 16 at 5:30.
A transgender woman behind bars in Lackawanna County has filed a lawsuit against the prison and its medical staff.
Newswatch 16 is sponsored by your local Ford stores, home of America's favorite brand. Visit buyfordnow.com, where you can check out the entire Ford lineup. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 7.
It looks like Pennsylvania has its state budget on time, but there is one thing missing from the spending plan: the money to pay for it. The tragic tale of a recent high school grad whose life ended on a Pennsylvania highway, apparently the victim of road rage. And the warning for swimmers if you plan to spend your holiday weekend at the shore, what you need to know if you're going in the water. All coming up on Newswatch 16 at 7. Good evening, I'm Scott Schaefer. Charlotte's off. We begin tonight in Harrisburg, where with just hours to spare before Pennsylvania's budget deadline.
Newswatch 16 is sponsored by your local Ford stores. Check out every new Ford car, truck, SUV, and crossover at buyfordnow.com. From WNEP, the news station, this is Newswatch 16 at 11.
A woman under arrest tonight charged with killing her mother with a crossbow. Why she says she did it is our top story tonight on Newswatch 16 at 11. Good evening, I'm Charlotte McBride. Scott has the night off. We begin tonight in Carbon County, where a woman is charged with killing her mother, then living with her dead body for days.
Good evening, I'm Scott Schaefer. Tonight on Newswatch 16 at 11, charges filed in a deadly house fire that killed 3 boys. We're live. And the latest from Washington on the indictments in the Russia probe at 11. Good afternoon, I'm Scott Schaefer. Here's what you'll see today on Newswatch 16 beginning at 4. A man killed by a tow truck on a street, what police say led to the deadly crash. And the search is on for a bank robber who held up a credit union in Scranton. Why police think this suspect may be responsible for other crimes.
Hey, this is cuddle weather. This is the longest stretch of cold we've had in a long time. Stay warm. Details later on.
From your computer
to your tablet
to your phone.
Happy holidays from WNEP.com.
Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is Newswatch 16 at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Scott Schaefer. Julie has the day off. Welcome to Newswatch 16 at 4. We begin today with police in Scranton, now searching for the man they believe hit not 1, not 2, but 3 banks within the past week.
This is a Newswatch 16 special report.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Mindy Ramsey. We are going live to Luzerne County. Emergency management officials are giving an update on the Susquehanna River and the status of the ice jams.
I'm Mike Stevens, proud to serve Wyalusing and all of Bradford County on the Pennsylvania Road.
Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is Newswatch 16 at 4.
Good afternoon. I'm Julie Sidoni. Welcome to Newswatch 16 at 4. Mandatory evacuation orders have been lifted in part of Luzerne County after there were some major flooding concerns due to ice jams. We have a view now from Skycam 16 that tells the tale, showing the conditions along the Susquehanna River in West Pittston. They have drastically improved.
It's time for the news, it's Newswatch 16, the #1 source with the #1 team. Live and exclusive, always first on the scene. Any breaking news, they always first on the screen. You can get them anytime, in any situation. Online or check out the sister station. WNEP-2, check out the crew. 7-day forecast, let you know what's coming through. Get a text to your phone if they delay school or weather alerts, so you know if it's hot or cool. Yeah, get updates in the morning or the nightlight. Sports news always has the best highlights, recommendations in the city, the nightlife. Any PA wants to know, does it really work right? The best newscast, can't say it any plainer, serving Northeastern and Central Pennsylvania. Yeah.
This is WNEP, the news station.